We often fish two nymphs. We often fish a dry dropper, which is a dry fly that you hang a nymph below. But you can also fish two dry flies. Why would you want to fish two dry flies? Well, you give the fish two options. You give the fish two different patterns, usually a bigger one and a smaller one. And in situations where you have tough light, where you have a lot of glare, or it's a dark day and you're fishing a small dark fly and you can't see it, sometimes if you put a bigger, highly visible dry above a smaller fly, at least you know about where your smaller fly is. So if you see a rise in that area, or if you see your big dry fly twitch or go under, then you set the hook. So you can use two dry flies. Again, usually a bigger, more highly visible fly, and then a smaller fly behind it. Now, is there any disadvantage to fishing two dries? Because why not fish two dries all the time? And yeah, there are some disadvantages. One is that you're more likely to tangle. You got an extra fly hanging around there. If you got some wind like we do today, more likely to get a tangle. And the other thing is, if you've got really fussy fish and you need to make pinpoint accurate casts, the bigger dry fly will sometimes pull your smaller fly off course. It will also tend to drag the smaller fly. It'll tend to pull the smaller flies. So if you get into the situation where you have not too much wind and you have fish feeding very precisely in very precise feeding lanes, and you don't want to spook the fish with a bigger fly, then it's best to go with a single dry. When you're fishing two dry flies, how long do you make the tippet between the two? Well, I like to go about 2 feet, maybe a little bit more. You don't want them too close together. If it's really windy, you might want to put them a little closer together. If it's really calm, you might want to put them a little farther apart. But you know, somewhere around 2 feet is a good length. So go ahead and fish two dry flies sometime and see how it works out for you. Now, I didn't even see this little fish take the small dry. I just saw my big dry all of a sudden go like that, and I knew I had a fish on, but I never saw the rise. Luckily, I had the big fly on so that I could see the strike to that smaller fly.